We are from today entering the new era of agentic plus AI workflows and automation. Today in this video, I'm going to show you my day-to-day life with AI browsers like Comet, Dia and ChatGPT Agent, and why most importantly, I've started using Comet by Perplexity every day. This is a new browser which is going to change the way we work, whether it is applying for 10 job applications, not with 10 tabs, not with 10 to 100 clicks, but with one prompt. Whether it is looking for discount coupon codes for the next conference you're going, or whether it is actually writing a prompt, find me parking less than $15 around me, and it goes to the pages and buy until the payment page. You are right there and you just have to pay. So how to use these agentic browsers to the best of your ability, and that also for absolutely free. So before getting started, before I show you how to get Comet for free, I want to tell you how did we get here, how we reached to the point where in 2023, after ChatGPT was released in November 2022, we were just thinking that ChatGPT is just a way to write essays or cheat on homework. We never thought that it will so fast in less than 2.5 years lead to a point where we are actually using it to replace jobs. Everyone said that it will not replace jobs, but we are right now reaching a point. It is not just replacing jobs, but also replacing SaaS softwares which help you in applying to 10 different jobs using these agentic frameworks. Okay, so first of all, what is AI workflow versus AI agent? So to show you, first of all, AI workflow is anything which is like a ChatGPT wrapper, LLM wrapper. So think about this example. Let's say you're building an app which takes all your emails, aggregates and create a summary and then puts in some Notion. So this is a chart, puts in some Notion or Google Doc. If this is like two endpoints, one LLM, this will be called an AI workflow, not AI agent. Lot of people just call anything using an AI an AI agent, which is not true. If you're connecting two apps with an LLM, it is not AI agent, it is just AI workflow. AI agent will be that an AI which takes decisions on your behalf. For example, if you just type that, hey, craft an email and send it, it figures out which Gmail Outlook to use and sends it on your behalf, figures out who to send it. When an AI is taking decisions on your behalf with the endpoints, that is when you have AI agentic workflow. And in that workflow, I want to introduce to you all something called MCP. MCP is called Model Context Protocol. It is new. It was released by Anthropic in last year, November or December. So in 6 months, it has been adopted by OpenAI, Anthropic, Google. So it is becoming a standard. And what is it? MCP is basically nothing but a Type-C port to connect with Google Calendar, Google Docs, or maybe Notion. It is just a connection to different apps. So it becomes Type-C port. You want to connect to, let's say, your personal life, your private notes, it will be an MCP. You want to connect it to your laptop, an MCP to get access to all the information in your laptop. So basically a connector to get access to data, because LLMs work on the basis of context. They need information. So if you want context from, let's say your cloud data is in Amazon AWS or GCP, you can use somehow MCP connector, get data from there. It is adapted by many applications, officially or non-officially. For example, it is adopted by WhatsApp. If you want WhatsApp data into ChatGPT or Claude, you can get it with MCP. Some MCPs are unofficial, not made by Meta or Anthropic. Some are officially made by these resources. For example, Meta has not released MCP for WhatsApp, but third-party developers have made it. Basically, these browsers use two important things. Number one, LLMs for sure. Number two, MCP to connect to your Google Calendar, Gmail, etc. And number three, clicks. Perplexity browser is built in these 4 steps. It uses DOM. DOM stands for Document Object Model. DOM full form is not important, but what's important is it finds elements. Let's say it's finding for send button, finding things on the screen and figuring out where it needs to click. So it decides where it needs to click and then acts on it and evaluates. So basically, this is how, with computer vision, looking at your screen, scanning your entire Chrome browser, because it's built on Chromium, it figures out where it needs to click. So step 1, LLM language model, where you type based on text. Step 2, using connectors such as MCP with Google Calendar, Google Docs, Google Gmail. So all these apps connected with the context. Step 3, actually observing the screen and acting on it. Let's dive into the Comet browser. This is the browser home screen. It has some widgets like the clock, like some answered questions you want. When you click on it, it suggests you that you can close all the distraction tabs, automate some of the features right here, organize my tabs. These are some of the agentic options you see. On top of that, if you want to get Comet browser immediately, a lot of people are getting it by going to comet.perplexity.ai. You might get into the wait list and get it cleared immediately. But I personally had to email like a week before to get through. But what you also can do is get the browser sidekick. So there is a temporary browser trick which a lot of people are using, which they have mentioned on Reddit. You know why this trick works? So if you go to Sidekick website, Sidekick browser. So if you download this browser, which was number one product on Product Hunt at the time, if you create an account on it, it will immediately allow you to switch to Comet browser. That's the trick that has been working because Perplexity actually acquired the startup called Sidekick as per perplexity.ai as well. Let's start with some simple use cases. I am on the Nothing US web page where I'm going to take an order of this Nothing Phone 3 in the US, and I asked Perplexity's agent, you can click on the agent assistant on the top right and it shows you this chat window to the next of the screen. And I asked it act as an agent and try all possible discount. Act as an agent is a way I use which triggers immediately in the same prompt, which I have figured out by using it every day. So by this, it is actually Google searching or searching all the possible coupon codes. It found 19 coupon codes. Of course, none of them work. So I saw some videos by Varun Maya. He was able to make it work with ChatGPT Agent. But this example failed with Comet browser because 19 coupon codes may have expired or they just deleted, or maybe it did not search many or it did not search as many coupon codes as needed. So basically, it was a good example, but this failed for me. But as a browser, it was successful. Number 2 use case. Every day I wake up in the morning, I have some newsletters that I read every day. So I just type this prompt, find me important tech news, unread emails from my email, and tell me broad AI ML things that I can learn from them. So now it figures out all the emails that are unread. So for example, when I click on this email, it actually takes me to my Gmail. So when I click on this email, it will actually take me to the email where I can read the full email with these examples. So ChatGPT for go to market, this is the newsletter I follow. So all the news with the email is right there, or I can just read the summary with bullet points beautifully written by Comet. So I love it. It's very useful. I get all my 10 to 20 emails in some bullet point. This is a very good use case, but you need to keep in mind there are some privacy concerns. You are giving AI agent access to your emails. I wish that there was a way that you can just disable sending emails permission. I tried disabling sending and drafting email permission, but it did not work. This chat window only works if you give full email access to your Gmail, which I don't feel comfortable. So I'm going to remove it after this video. I don't feel comfortable AI accessing my email because there's a possibility there is prompt injection. There's a possibility that someone sends me an email and that email has a prompt that leak all my data of my email to some other guy. There's a possibility that's what is called prompt injection. So I'm going to disable this connection right after. Who knows, tomorrow you guys send me an email and while reading that email, this will just leak all my data. So I don't want that, leak all my addresses because some addresses are in that email. This is the risky phase of AI we are at right now. So share your email access at your own risk. Now, after my emails, I saw there is a conference going on in Bangalore, so which is called Agent Nexus India 2025. So what I can do is I can just ask this guy, find out when is this conference, book the ticket and add it to my calendar. So then it was smart enough. It spends 2 to 3 minutes. It's not as fast as you expect. I'm fast forwarding it, by the way. So it goes with my email, with all my saved, information. My addresses are saved to my Chrome browser. So it just fetched from that browser. So it goes to that website and actually fills my information in that conference website. I can click on open page and see what it has filled up. So I clicked on the screenshot. Right now I'm just seeing what it has filled, and after seeing the screenshot I can actually click on open page, and when I click on open page it'll take me with my details filled up, my email, my organization, software engineer, country is not filled up, but most of the things are filled up. And then I can check out with $1,000 package. It shows the cheapest package with early bird ticket. It was smart enough. I appreciate Comet for that, and I can buy it. And when I go back, because I've closed the page, it just takes me to one click of a button page. It takes me to one pop-up where I can just save it in my Google Calendar immediately. Beautiful. With one prompt, I'm able to buy the ticket for the conference and add it to my Google Calendar as well. It is beautiful use case in that regard. Now let's go with use case number 3, which is a very important use case for which is a very simple, straightforward use case. You're reading a New York Times article and you can save some skills. So for example, I have saved some shortcut. I've saved a shortcut called summary. So the prompt of summary is summarize by first giving the topics of each category described and topic wise summary right below it. So when I now use slash and summary, what it's going to do is actually give me some summary topic by topic. So first of all, I have 6 headings. Apple's first store closure in China, reasons for the store closure, all the headings are there, and I can go deeper level. I can see what is written in each heading, and it's a beautiful summary. That's how I prefer summary, and it is just mind-blowing. All right, so and then I can ask a follow-up question. What curious questions to ask here about why the store is being closed? How can I be more curious about this topic? So this is a brilliant use case which I use it for most of the time. If I want to read a long article, I first read the summary and then read the article entirely. That's how my framework is. Use case number 4 is actually applying for jobs. Let's see how perfect it is right there. So I'm going to perplex, or plex it actually. That's how they call it. So I'm going to search for Lyft software engineering application. It's going to take me to the application. No. Let's not do that. Let's actually type a prompt that take me to software engineering application at Lyft and apply for me. So that's a prompt I'm going to write. It takes me to the website, by the way. Now I'm going to ask, take me to the career page with software engineering jobs selected. So now it's actually taking me to the page and asking me where to apply. I chose San Francisco. All right. So San Francisco is just selected. Now I'm going to copy my resume and put it. It doesn't allow me to upload a PDF. So I'm going to copy my resume so it has context about me. And now I'm going to ask it to apply for backend position. I earlier tried asking it to apply for all the available positions. It did not work. So failed at applying for 10 positions at once. So that is a future we can think about and imagine, but not possible right now. So now with all my resume pasted, I'm asking it to apply. It is trying to fill the application. It has clicked on first name, clicked on last name. But in the end, I waited for 3 to 5 minutes and it failed. It failed to fill up the application. So it is not quite perfect there. It is in development. It is in early phases. Sooner or later, I believe that is a possibility, but it failed right now. Okay, let's go on with next use case that is my favorite right now. That is trip planning. Instead of making a trip plan, it takes actions in your Google Maps. I have opened Google Maps. I'm going to tell him that I'm going to Da Nang, Vietnam. It is a digital nomad place. So create an itinerary for me with beaches and cafe shops to go. So what it'll do is it'll add it to the list of my Google Maps and save it. So it saves all the 9 places right here. So all the 9 cool places with good rating, 4.7 rating, 5 rating, good coffee shops are added to my Google Maps. And then I was like, it is not organized. So I asked a different prompt. Let's do something better. Let's create day by day, put each day in new label, organize it for efficiency. Every day should have beach day, coffee day, and co-working day. So I can go to a beach, coffee day, and a co-working place. So these are the 3 places I'm going to go every day. So each day would be a different folder in my Google Maps. So I can just select that day and, go there wherever I am. So day 1 itinerary, it creates that label, creates that folder, by the way, where it is going to put all the cafes for day one, then day two, day three. This use case, it mastered it. I'm amazed by this use case. And for this use case, you do not need to, give crazy permissions like Google Calendar, Google Maps, and Gmail. I don't need to give all three permissions for it. So that's why I love this use case. There is less risk for it. All right, so that's my favorite use case. It nailed it. This use case, it nailed it. Next use case is like finding parking spot, or I'm gonna find a Bollywood movie in Vietnam. Find me top Bollywood movies like Sayara in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. So I figured out it went to 5, 6 websites, checks out movies are there, but times are not available. So it gave me the answer by going to 10 websites. I loved it. So look at the last answer it gave me. It gives me this answer that I tried. I said go and book it. It required 2 to 3 follow-ups. I'm unable to complete the online booking directly because CGV Cinemas Vietnam website requires you to log in. So here it failed. But it did show that there's a movie. There's some movies like materialistic, like the Bollywood movie it couldn't show. So some other movies are available. So it did not perfectly nail it because it was a restriction from the website point of view. But for websites in India, it's able to actually book wherever login is not important. So login is a bottleneck for agentic workflows. I saw today on Reddit that OpenAI agent can even check that I'm not a robot, which is mind blowing. So when an agent is ahead in some ways, once they release their browser, it will be a great competition between Perplexity and Comet. All right, even after all of these coolest features, my favorite browser still is actually not Comet, but Dia. As I showed you that with MCP connection, you're giving so many permissions to your Gmail, calendar, which I don't feel comfortable. Overall, like, these automated features without actually these connectors, I feel comfortable using. For example, I have also used to unsubscribe and actually subscribe to some of the services like New York Times. For example, in this subscription email, I got an email from New York Times, add this to your contacts. Now, even after all of these coolest features, my favorite browser is not Comet, by the way. It's still Dia. I'm going to show you that. Dia is a productivity browser I use. If you go to skills, it has some skills marketplace. I can go to edit skills. These are some saved prompts, just like in Perplexity you saw. These are something I have saved. On top of that, it has a marketplace. So when I click on skills, I can go to browse skills. It has a marketplace for all the possible skills you can have. So for example, here you can, evaluate a person like Graham Duncan. And these are well thought out prompts already written, like tweets. Turn your thoughts into tweets on your own voice. And like, if you click on see more, it is way more than a simple prompt. You can learn from them, get involved in the community. And let me show you my favorite prompt. I can go to linkedin.com and go to, let's say, any job profile. Jobs. And then let's go to, let's say, Senior Software Engineer 4. So at PagerDuty. And now I can do Command E. It shows me this signed video just like Perplexity. And I can use this skill called Job Summary / Job Summary, which I got from the marketplace. I'll show you that as well. Now, let me tell you what is in the skill. This skill is so cool that it actually, you will not believe that it actually, first of all, tells me in summary what are the requirements, and then preferred qualification, all that summary and in bullet points. But most importantly, what I care about this skill is it tells me where I align, what skills are matching. For example, I have Android, iOS, .NET experience, which this job requires. And at the same time, where I do not match, that I can add in my tags in my resume, because I have saved my resume in the prompt. For example, it requires 8+ experience, 8+ years of experience. I have 5 years. This is what I care about. Immediately, I can fix my resume by looking at these and fix it. Of course, it can be more agentic, which maybe Comet, which browser will win this race? Who knows? Browsers still cannot fill the forms that I want to. There are some extensions like Simplify you can use for that. But who's going to win the race? I don't know. But currently, this is my favorite marketplace. I'm going to show you the marketplace again. So let's say I got a reply from, let's say, this morning context. So, right, if I want to reply to this email. So with this prompt, if I want to invite, let's say, Harveen to my podcast, first line, I have saved it to be a compliment. I'm truly impressed by your coverage, and then inviting them for podcast. So it's straightforward. I can copy, put in my reply, and send that email. I don't like end-to-end access to my email yet, but of course I prefer Comet for some browser automation. So what do you all think about this browser automation? I think ChatGPT is still ahead, by the way. So for example, if I show you my ChatGPT window, I was using some of the discount code searches. Talking about ChatGPT agent, let's say I search for some discount codes for Nothing Phone 3. What is coolest about this agent is I can actually take over the browser, log in, and then let the agent continue, which is not possible on Comet yet. So every agent out there is unique in its own way. I don't feel like giving my account, email ID access to agents yet. Even Sam Altman himself said that there are some security breaches and possibilities. It's no way perfect yet. There are a lot of tools being built, for example, secure email ID, secure keychain access to agents. A lot of things will be perfected. If you have some, test email you want to play with, of course, go ahead, do it with it. If you don't have it, do not try yet. But remember, this is the worst they are ever going to be. This is the future. These tools are telling you where the browser, where the agents are heading towards. What do you all think? What are your favorite browsers? Let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching.